The Marvel Universe is vast and awesome, full of hundreds of thousands of characters to choose from to make a movie or TV show about. On Wednesday, Marvel announced another group of characters coming to the MCU soon. The Runaways, a team of mostly superpowered teenagers who find out that their parents are all part of an evil supervillain cult that is trying to take over the world, so they set out to stop them. The announcement said that the TV series will be made by showrunners Josh Schwartz and Stephanie Savage, who both previously made Gossip Girl on the CW. It is set to show exclusively on Hulu. So, it got me thinking, what else could Marvel release on Hulu? First, I think we should figure out exactly what type of shows this platform should have. What I mean by that is, the MCU is pretty much divided into different sections. The movies are, of course, the bigger characters like the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy, but the TV shows are much more divided. ABC is more about S.H.I.E.L.D., and with the announcement of a Damage Control pilot, I'd say ABC is about organizations and their agents. Freeform has Cloak and Dagger, so perhaps they're more teen superheroes territory. And then finally, the Netflix shows have darker, more complex street-level stories. So what kind of Marvel shows do I think Hulu should have? I'm going to go with comedic and weird. That's not to say that the Runaways are comedic, but they are pretty weird. And looking at Hulu's list of original shows, they actually have quite a lot of comedies. So I feel like Marvel should add to that list. But without further ado, here are 5 shows Marvel and Hulu should make after the Runaways. Number 5. New Warriors. The New Warriors are a team of superheroes who first appeared in 1989's Thor issue 411. Their members include the telekinetic Justice, Firestar, Speedball, Namorita, Night Thrasher, and Nova. The reason I chose them to be on Hulu is because, honestly, I want to see this team in the MCU, and I think that they could work really well as a more comedic show. I think this is a show Marvel should definitely try to make. Number 4. Howard the Duck. Okay, this one and the next one is where it gets weird, but I feel like Hulu might be the best place for Marvel to get weird. So in the post-credit scene for Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014, we were introduced to the MCU version of Howard the Duck, voiced by Seth Green. Now, after 1986's abomination of a film, there is a lot of doubt around Howard, but the comic series from Chip Zdarsky and Joe Quinones proved that, if done right, Howard the Duck could make for a funny and actually good show. And that's what I want Marvel and Hulu to accomplish here. If done right, a Howard the Duck TV series could be a great entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they will have to be very careful. That actually applies to the next entry as well, a character who has grown significantly in popularity recently. Number 3. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Not too long ago, Squirrel Girl was pretty much a joke. She was such a ridiculous and dumb character that no one could take her seriously. However, her recent series from Ryan North and Erica Henderson changed all that. Now, I haven't read it, but apparently this series is one of the best Marvel has running right now. Who would have thought? So, if Marvel and Hulu could replicate the comic's success, maybe it could make for a good TV show. There are actually a couple of actresses who want to play her, but I'd personally like to see Stranger Things' Shannon Purser portray the character, something she has said she wants to do. Number 2. Spider-Woman. With Spider-Man finally joining the MCU, he is able to bring hundreds of great characters with him, including Jessica Drew. Jessica was experimented on as a child by her father, which eventually resulted in her getting superpowers like wall crawling and venom blasts. Since then, she's been a private investigator, a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, an agent of the space counterpart SWORD, a longtime Avenger, and even a member of Hydra, so she's been pretty busy. In this show, she'd probably be a private investigator, and while it would be pretty weird for Marvel to have 2 TV series about PIs with the name Jessica, Spider-Woman has a different enough power set, story, and tone to her that they definitely wouldn't get confused. Honestly, I'd just love to see Spider-Woman in the MCU, whether it's on Hulu, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or an Avengers movie, but I think a solo series of her own would rock. Honorable mention: Agent Carter Season 3. For whatever reason, not a lot of people watched Season 2 of Agent Carter. I imagine the reason why is just because she's not that big a name. Most people wouldn't know who she is, and even those who had seen Captain America: The First Avenger would just see it as a spin-off about Captain America's girlfriend, even though it was much more than that. But because of the low views, ABC has canceled any future seasons of Agent Carter, and apparently they did this without even talking to Marvel about it. Jeff Loeb, the Marvel TV head, recently said that Marvel would very much like to do a 3rd season, or even just a 2-hour special in order to wrap up Peggy Carter's story, but that they'd need to find someone to play it for them. I think Hulu should step up and put together a 10-episode final season for Agent Carter. She deserves it. Number 1. She-Hulk. Now, similarly to Spider-Woman, I'd love to see She-Hulk as an Avenger, but I'd also like to see her have her own series. She could have a movie, but as far as solo stories go, I just think a TV series would work best. Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk's alter ego, is the cousin of Bruce Banner. After she gets in a terrible accident, she's in need of blood, but her only living relative is Bruce. He gives her his blood, which of course results in her becoming She-Hulk. However, there's a difference between Hulk and She-Hulk. The regular Hulk is a near uncontrollable rage monster, but She-Hulk actually maintains her intelligence. I think that a series about She-Hulk would be awesome, be filled with humor and action, and would just be a lot of fun. Also, wouldn't it be kind of cool to see Kate McKinnon play her? I know she might seem like a weird choice, but I feel like she could nail She-Hulk's cocky personality. But do you think that Shannon Purser as Squirrel Girl and McKinnon as She-Hulk are good choices? Let me know in the comments below, along with your own ideas for Hulu shows Marvel could make. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Monday.